Hello, and welcome to today's video where we'll be exploring one of the most enduring legends in history. The legend of King Arthur. The story of King Arthur has captured the imagination of people for centuries. But the question remains, is it history or myth? In this video, we'll delve deep into the history and explore the evidence to separate fact from fiction. We start our journey by exploring the origin story of King Arthur. We'll look at the earliest accounts of the legend, and trace the story's roots back to the Dark Ages. We'll examine the different versions of the tale and see how they've evolved over time, giving us clues about their authenticity. The origin story of King Arthur is one of the most famous and enduring legends in Western culture, with countless retellings in literature, film, and other forms of media. However, the earliest accounts of the tale are shrouded in mystery, as they were passed down orally for centuries before they were ever written down. The earliest reference to Arthur comes from a Welsh poem called a Gododdin, which was written in the 7th or 8th century. The poem mentions a warrior named Arthur who fought in a battle, but it provides no other details about his life or his deeds. The first written account of Arthur's life and adventures comes from the 9th century, in a Latin chronicle called the Historia Brittonum. This chronicle describes Arthur as a warrior who fought against the invading Saxons, and it lists 12 battles that he supposedly won. The chronicle also mentions Arthur's most famous possession, a magical sword called Excalibur. Another early source of the Arthurian legend is the Welsh Mabinogion. Arthur is depicted as a wise and just king who helps a young hero win the hand of a princess. This book tells the story of Arthur's rise to power, his battles against the Saxons, and his final downfall. The legend of King Arthur has continued to evolve over the centuries, with new interpretations and adaptations appearing in every generation. However, the origin story of this legendary king remains an intriguing and enigmatic puzzle, as historians and scholars continue to search for clues about the real-life figure who inspired the tale. In this act, we'll dig deeper into the history of King Arthur and see if there's any evidence to support the claim that he was a real person. We'll explore the different historical figures and events that may have influenced the legend and see if they can be tied to a historical Arthur. We'll examine the archaeological evidence and see what clues it provides. One of the challenges in the search for historical evidence of King Arthur is the lack of contemporary records or reliable historical sources from the time period in which he is said to have lived. The earliest written accounts of Arthur date from several centuries after the supposed time of his reign, making it difficult to separate fact from fiction. One approach to this quest for historical evidence has been to explore the historical context of the Arthurian legend. For example, some historians have suggested that Arthur may have been a Celtic warlord who fought against the invading Anglo-Saxons in the 5th or 6th century. Others have looked to Roman British history and suggested that Arthur was a military leader who defended Britain against the invading barbarian hordes in the late Roman period. Another source of evidence has been archaeology. While there is no direct archaeological evidence of King Arthur himself, there are sites and artifacts that may shed light on the historical context of the legend. For example, recent excavations at Tintagel Castle in Cornwall, England, have revealed evidence of a wealthy and powerful settlement dating from the 5th and 6th centuries, which may have been a seat of power for a Celtic warlord like Arthur. In addition to archaeological evidence, linguistic and literary analysis has been used to explore the historical context of the Arthurian legend. For example, some scholars have argued that the names of characters and places in the legend can be traced back to real historical figures and locations, providing tantalizing hints about the reality behind the myth. Despite these various lines of inquiry, the search for historical evidence of King Arthur remains elusive. While there may be some kernels of truth behind the legend, the historical figure of King Arthur remains shrouded in mystery and uncertainty. Nevertheless, the quest for historical evidence continues to captivate the imagination and inspire new insights into the fascinating and enduring legend of King Arthur. The legacy of King Arthur. In the final act, we'll look at the enduring legacy of King Arthur. We'll see how the story has inspired countless works of literature, art, and film. We'll explore the impact of the legend on British culture and identity and see why it continues to fascinate people to this day. The legend of King Arthur has had a profound impact on British culture and identity. The story has inspired countless works of literature, from the medieval romances of Chrétien de Troyes to the modern retellings of T.H. White and J.K. Rowling. It has also been the subject of numerous works of art, from the stained glass windows of medieval cathedrals to the paintings of the pre-Raphaelites. The legend has also been adapted into countless films and TV shows, from the classic 1981 film Excalibur to the recent BBC series Merlin. The story has captured the imagination of filmmakers and audiences alike, with its themes of chivalry, honor, and love resonating across generations. The impact of the Arthurian legend on British culture and identity cannot be overstated. The story has become a powerful symbol of Britishness, with its themes of heroism and national unity inspiring generations of Britons. The figure of King Arthur has been adopted as a national hero, with his legend being used to inspire patriotism and a sense of shared heritage. The legend has also had a profound impact on Western culture more broadly. The ideals of chivalry and courtly love that are central to the story have become enduring cultural touchstones, shaping our ideas about love, honor, and duty. The legend has inspired countless works of literature, art, and film across the Western world, and continues to captivate the imagination of people of all ages and backgrounds. In conclusion, the legacy of King Arthur is a testament to the enduring power of myth and legend. Despite the challenges of finding historical evidence to support the existence of a real King Arthur, the legend has captured the hearts and minds of people for centuries. The story of King Arthur will likely continue to fascinate and inspire people for generations to come. So, is King Arthur history or myth? Well, the truth is, it's a bit of both. While there's no concrete evidence to prove that Arthur was a real person, the legend has had a profound impact on history and culture. Whether you believe in the historical Arthur or not, there's no denying the enduring appeal of the legend. We hope you've enjoyed this exploration of the truth behind King Arthur, and we'll see you in the next video.